Hey everybody, Preston Poulter here with Pocket Jack Comics, and I wanted to talk about comic grading today because this is something that my backers have been interested in. This is the first comic that I've got graded. This is issue 38 out of 100 of the #1 variant, a sketch cover variant of Guinevere and the Divinity Factory, which Mike West, one of my backers, wanted to get graded. So, here it is. It's got a 9.8. For some reason, they never get a 10, even when they're new. And this is by CBCS. There are two companies that grade comics here in the US, and I want to talk a bit about it so that later on in the future I can just link people to this video whenever they ask me about comic book grading. So, well, first off, it really preserves the comic. They put it in a slab, as they say, so you can't get a comic graded if you ever intend to read it. And, you know, it's for marketability purposes. It's for selling the comic later to other collectors. Now, there are two different companies, and CBCS is not the most prestigious of the two. However, they are very close to me. They're about a mile away from my house here in Dallas. And the other company is in Florida. And just to ship a comic there and have a comic shipped back to me, the shipping charges alone are more than $50. Not to mention the grading charge and then the weight. And, you know, like, the only way to really make that acceptable on a per unit cost is if you're doing a lot of volume. And I'm not doing a lot of volume. CBCS, on the other hand, it's just a flat per unit cost. I can go, drive over, drop it off. And you know what? They were pretty quick on this one. They got this done in 3 weeks. So, I mean, in the world of comic grading, it's pretty good. So, here it is. In the future, if anybody wants it, this is a service I charge $59 for. And given that my comic books are all written to go to trade paperback eventually, White Lily 1 of 5, Guinevere and the Divinity Factory 1 of 5, and once we get to issue 5 of it, I'm just going to market the trade paperback. And then I'm not going to print any more comic books. So that makes these pretty collectible. So if you want to get yours Yellow Slabbed, as they say, well, now you know. It's a service you can inquire about, and I'm happy to provide it for you. So, thank you very much for your time. And the next Kickstarter I'm doing, White Lily issue #3, is going up. I had planned to do it this month. My inker, Diana Greenhalgh, unfortunately worked a couple of conventions back to back, and she's always been struggling with health issues, and she wrecked her back. So I'm looking at a inker to kind of come in and fill in while Diana's in physical therapy. So there's a guy looking at Jeremy Clark, and he's an inker for Image. And for that matter, he said he was really looking forward to sinking his teeth into White Lily, that World War II comics were really exciting. And he thinks he might have a publisher for the floppy copies, which is pretty exciting, because most publishers I talk to just want me to wait until the trade paperback is out, and they just want to carry that because there's a higher profit margin and there's less to market. But if we can get somebody to distribute the floppy copies down to your local comic book store, that would be awesome. So I'm pretty excited about that. Thank you very much for your time. There's a link in the description for White Lily #3 Kickstarter preview link, which will be live once the Kickstarter goes live. So take a look at that. Take care.